Thanks for tuning in to Section 8 and rocking with your boy, Philly Boy Butterball.
And your girl, Philly Joan Quilly.
Listen, Section 8 is the voice for urban communities all across the globe,
where we give his and hers perspective.
And today's segment is in honor of LGP Qua. Quill, when I found out about LGP Qua, one of the first things that came to my mind was, what does LGP stand for?
If you guys didn't know what LGP stands for Let's Get Paper.
He wanted to get paper with his peers. He was the voice of the youth, and he wanted to do it in such a legal way that he stood on business.
He stood tall on business.
Absolutely. And, it's very unfortunate because it's only, individuals like LGP Qua only come like once every century. That has the audacity, that has the heart to,
speak up.
Yeah. And
say what he feel.
Absolutely.
And not be afraid because he know it's coming from a good place, a genuine place, I feel.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
When you have that urge to just want to help people, it's a drive.
Yeah.
It becomes a movement.
Absolutely.
You get chills doing it. And in his raps, I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear he's trying to get there. And what moves me is he was willing with his own money, if he got that much, to bring it back to the community and give.
Before we go forward, right, I want to make sure that we extend the condolences, to his mother and family.
Absolutely. And friends that loved him.
Absolutely.
Family members that loved him. If he's special to people like us that are not even blood, yeah. I can imagine what people that are related to him yeah. are going through and what they're feeling. But speaking of what they're going through and what they're feeling, the audacity.
Yeah.
The audacity of an individual to just take a life.
Yes.
Nothing is coming out of it.
Right.
You're not going to gain anything. This chain, and I said it. This was before I even went on, Instagram.
Right.
And we were talking about that, and Shah can vouch for that. He already listened to Gilly.
Right.
And where he was explaining about the young man's chain. I said the same exact thing. That chain is special. Ain't nothing you want to be able to do with it.
Right.
What were you thinking? Taking this man's life, then his chain.
This too, and let me back up for a minute, is because what Section 8, try to do is, wait until we find out,
facts.
Yeah, the facts of, any situation that we speak on. So, although we wanted to get right on the platform
right.
and speak about it, is because it hit different.
It did.
This hit different. And if you go on social media, you will see that, right? So when we discovered that this senseless killing was behind a chain or robbery, right?
Excuse me, I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
I don't think it was behind a chain. I think it was behind jealousy. I think that these people knew that this young man was going to get to a place where they did not want him to get. So they made it look like, oh, we going to make it look like we shooting him and robbing him for his chain. No, that was for that genuine, beautiful soul. You understand what I'm saying? That was in that shell of his. That's what they wanted. So they camouflaged it with his chain.
Yeah.
A chain?
Yeah. And just like Gilly said, right? At the end of the day, right? what are you going to be able to do with the chain? Because if they
you try to sell it, somebody mess around, don't even call. They might dump on you right on the spot.
Yeah.
Just like it's no getting around. You might, even if you hold on to it, holding on to it, can you imagine every day waking up trying to hide it, put it in different places so don't nobody see it?
And
the pressure.
Right, and it's pressure because it's going to be a bag, right? In street terms, there's going to be a bag put up, right, to find out who his killer is. And he was loved. He was beloved in Philadelphia and across the world. So it was a stupid thing to do.
See, this is why I say, I don't think nobody in their right mind would just rob him for a chain. It's a bigger picture. This man could take this youth, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Places.
Yes.
He was able, it was like they were playing chess, right?
Right.
And he was the one that was going to open up gates. So if I'm a hater and I'm sitting back and I'm watching all the love, this young man is getting in, it's coming from a positive place.
Absolutely.
My mindset is always, low, evil. I'm not going to want to see that happen.
Yeah.
So what I'm very much going to do is sit back and I'm going to plot on LGP Qua, right? Mm-hmm. And take his soul. If it's no more him, it's no more positivity.
Yeah.
The youth go nowhere.
Yeah.
Right? So it's bigger than a chain. And I honestly, I believe that he's 30 years old. So with being 30 and not like 19, 20, I really believe somebody got into a youngster's ear. Mm-hmm. Because they know you ain't going to get in trouble. You know that thing that you young, if you do, you going to get 3 years, you going to come right home.
Yeah.
I think it was somebody hating behind the hate.
Yeah, evidently. Absolutely.
He was sent.
It definitely was, inspired by, hate or jealousy.
Right.
There is no
Ain't
doubt
no
about
robbery.
it. And then you see, it is another thing that I want to highlight is that it also is antithesis of drill rap. And let's make sure that we give him his accolades, right? Mm-hmm. He was a prolific rapper, which means that he was able to in his music paint pictures that you can see
so vividly.
Absolutely. He really, had a gift. And hip hop, rap, the genre is under attack. So if no one is doing drill rap and then somebody is able to make positive, rap popular, then it goes against the bottom line of the music industry.
It gotta be rough, rugged, raw. You splattering people, moms.
Yeah.
If it ain't that, it's like it's not selling. But very much what he was rapping about, positive, he didn't have to go that route. And he said it himself, I done made my mom. That's what made me feel. Because he said he changed around immediately. He been through some things. He watched his mom cry. Right. And I changed that.
And that's what I wanted to, let Quill, really express, right? Is because, off of behind the cameras, like, she's been talking about it, since it happened. And let's be mindful. What day did it happen on, Quill?
Mother's Day, y'all.
How did that make you feel?
Bad. I cried. Listen, my heart. I'm going to say this. I have 2 little girls. When you become a mom, if you're not a mother, as soon as you have your children, it's this feeling, right? You think about all types of things happening. And I had thoughts of something happening to my children.
Right.
Just seeing that and knowing it didn't happen, but I could feel what I would go through if it did.
Yeah.
This actually happened to this queen.
Yeah.
Mother's Day, she said he went to the store and he never came walking back up the street.
Yeah.
Mother's Day, I don't think it was a coincidence. I think they were so jealous of this man, they tried to hurt him and whoever that was attached to him all around the board.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't, oh, it's Mother's Day, I'm just, you understand what I'm saying?
Or even if, or let's say that even if it wasn't, you know, even if it was just a spontaneous robbery, right? It's, even with that, it's still sad. It's because the state, it's because of the state.
But I'm just saying, what I'm trying to say is, what we talking about just don't happen to people like him. People are sent to destroy people like him.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand what
but
I'm
I
saying?
I want to have a balance, right? And you know, make sure that we are being balanced with how we, you know, look at things.
Right.
And not only look at things from an emotional state, we want to look at things from a reasonable and logic, you know, perspective. You understand what I'm saying? Is because a lot of times we can come up with things, you know, in our minds because of what we are accustomed to, you know, dealing with.
But because we are accustomed to dealing with what we deal with, right? If I am, this is my assumption, my opinion. If I'm wrong, I'm willing to stand 10 toes down. Well, listen, I apologize. The streets is crazy. You never know. But what I'm saying is this young man he brought so much good. Yeah. How did he just leave out the house and go to the store for his mother on Mother's Day, and he gets robbed for how long he been walking around with this chain? Yeah.
I mean,
you understand what I'm saying? How long he been in the streets being with this chain?
I mean, you definitely raised some valid points.
So again, if that didn't happen, I apologize, but you can't help but from paint a picture.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? To try to make sense of this young man's senseless murder.
Right. Right.
That's all I'm doing. I'm a mother. That's why I'm doing it.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? That's why it's coming out the way it is.
And understand, right? You know, I speak from the perspective of a father. Quill speak from a perspective of a mother. And you know, I was in the streets. You understand what I'm saying? So I come with a street perspective as well. Two, what gives a little credence to your point is with Gilly's son.
Right.
Right? Same thing. It comes from envy, jealousy. You know what I'm saying? And overall, you know, just the state of affairs that, you know, Philadelphia is in. So we want to make sure that we highlight, you know, all of those who died senselessly.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Right. Under similar circumstances. Nipsey Hussle. I'm thinking about him in the moment. You know, where
a lot of people you can name that has lost their lives just from someone being jealous, you know, misunderstanding. They needed it to be a misunderstanding to commit the act that they were going to act. Like, if once somebody stamp, that's what it is with you, they on your neck. You have to be responsible and understand what you are around and disassociate, detach. See, I'm not mad at celebrities that, you know, don't go back to their hood physically themselves.
Right.
I wouldn't either. I love Philly. I was born and raised, but guess what? I'm sending money, gifts. You will never catch me back here trying to love on our people because guess what? I won't make it back to where I worked so hard to get. I'm not willing to take that chance. You understand what I'm saying?
And I'm glad you spoke about that, Quill, because here's what I want. This is what I want to convey, right? Look, when you discover you have a gift to, you know, inspire people through the art of rap, through creative book writing, etc. Right? If you are a rapper, understand that you are speaking about, you are a narrator. You have the ability to see what's going on, understand it to a degree where you're able to put it in words.
Right, formatted.
Right? Where individuals who listen to it is moved by it in a way is where they continue to listen to you and support you. You speak about what reflects society. We have to stop living what we're actually rapping about. And I mean from a street perspective. We, Philly particularly, right? We actually rap about what we're doing, how we're living in the streets.
Can I say something?
Go
I'm
ahead.
so sorry. I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, because I
But
want to
this just
finish
came
this.
to mind.
this
I'm gonna
point.
let
Go
you
ahead.
finish. I went to go get my shape up today, right?
Right.
And it was an older lady in there.
Right.
And this lady was like damn near crying because she said, you know, back in the day when we were growing up, like men wouldn't even try to talk to your girlfriend. You understand what I'm saying? Your girlfriend, you know, boyfriend. He wouldn't even allow it. Basically what she was saying back in the day, it was loyalty. You understand what I'm saying? It was respect. And she just flabbergasted how it's none of that today. She has a granddaughter. Her granddaughter like, Grandma, I don't have no friends. And her grandma, I'm like, well, why not? Why don't you have friends? For these reasons right here. No trust, no loyalty. You can grow up with someone, they be by your side. You can be blessed, they are not. But you share your blessings and they turn right around and kill you. They done slept in your house. They done hugged your mother. These are things that's happening. So these are things that we have to be alarmed about. These are things that we have to teach our children.
Facts.
You understand? These are things we have to teach our daughters now how to walk because of the type of men that are walking this earth.
Right.
Fortunately, right, I was on my own at 16. You find your way. But I didn't have to worry about this.
Right.
Possibly getting pulled in a car. You understand what I'm saying? And
right.
murdered. You know, we was out there. We just caught the end of it.
Right.
I'm a 70. I was born in 78.
I'm an 80s baby.
Okay? So we were good.
Yeah,
we were still able to be crazy at house parties and somebody pass you a drink. I wouldn't take nothing. Someone is giving me now.
And that's not to say that it wasn't, you know, violence.
It was.
It was integrity though. It was done with, you know, boundaries.
Right.
Right? Today they have no boundaries.
None.
So to finish, you know, my thought, right? Like, if you are given the blessing to earn, right? To monetize off of your lyrics, right? And how you used to have to live versus how you're able to live in the present time, it's imperative that we don't subject ourselves to the gutter.
Right.
That's thorough. It doesn't make you unthorough that you don't return back to the poverty that you were able to make it from. Now this doesn't mean
don't help.
Forget about
right
what
help.
Has propelled you there, right? You just like you spoke earlier. You could do it in a plethora of ways. You can be a philanthropist. You can donate to, you know, organizations
schools
that is set up.
That you
absolutely.
Old people that's on the block, send them meals and little gift cards and stuff for air conditioners in the summertime.
Pay rent.
Pay their rent so they don't have to pay it for like 2 years.
And you don't have to be present.
Absolutely.
Now we understand. Now look. We understand because I love the hood.
And I want to be present, but
I
you
love
just
my
can't.
hood. Yeah, but especially when you got a gift, right? And you get caught up and get killed by mistake. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
This happens all the time where we hear about somebody doing good, wasn't the target to get, robbed, killed, get killed. And we sit back like, oh man, there's always the good ones and all that. It's because we have a responsibility to ourselves, not to put ourselves in them positions.
Absolutely.
You feel me?
Absolutely.
So I wanted to say that. I wanted to get that out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I don't want people to get it misconstrued. We're not saying that LGP Qua, placed himself. He's from the hood.
Yeah.
He smell the hood. He eat the hood.
Yeah.
He sleep the hood. He love the hood. His mama in the hood. His family in the hood. He's trying to get out of the hood.
Yeah.
This is his environment.
Yeah.
Right? And all he did, to my understanding, was go to the store.
Yeah.
And his mom is just as heartbroken and saying that her baby never walked back up the street.
And I'm thinking about somebody else, the Philly rapper that got killed out California.
P&B Rock.
P&B Rock.
He was another one. He was another talented one.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Very influential. And was killed, senselessly, man.
For no reason. And then around his family, like, they don't even care no more. Like, I'm going to get him in the dark and duck it when he by himself. They wait till you at a funeral.
Yeah.
They wait till you around loved ones, people that you love. They want you to go places where you putting everybody in harm's way and you don't even dig it.
And that's what I'm saying. They like wearing jewelry. It's two, we got to get out of this pride thing. We got to get out of this pride thing, right? And be, smart, right? Like wearing jewelry, in neighborhoods and places, that we know are known.
Ruthless.
Yeah, that we are known for, that are known for, robbing people and stuff like that, right?
Yes.
And we just want to make this statement that ain't nothing going to happen to me.
What
that's
is it
pride.
that you waking up in the morning, right? You got on that big chain, all these diamonds, a white tee, right? They comfortable. They jumping out, and you going around, you jumping out of stuff. You eating lobster. You throwing steak to your homie that really don't got no money, right? But you're not doing it in a malicious way. You're not trying to make them feel bad, but like, I got so much money. Like, here, dog, eat that steak plate. I got that for lunch. Look, because he know you're less fortunate. But the whole time, this man is watching you. He's feeling away. He's thinking that you're trying to play him. All the opposite of what you really do, because you love your hood. You cannot be as fly as a tat. You cannot have jewelry, nice cars, and you are surrounding yourself around people that don't have that. You have to surround yourself around individuals that have that. So they will not feel away. They can't, because y'all have the same thing. Y'all all in the same lane, doing the same thing. You understand what I'm saying? But you get the biggest, nicest car of jewelry. You go in the hood.
And
where people sharing chicken wing platters.
Or you have to you have to be feeding your neighborhood. Even
if you're feeding your neighborhood, it's still the visual.
Yeah.
This nigga look clean. He look like his life is just, I'm going to get him, it's people that, I don't care what you say, I don't care what you do. It's an energy because of whatever their life entail, childhood trauma. I don't have the money right now. I got a friend that's trying to get me on, but I don't have the will to stay 10 toes down and move like he did to get where he is.
Make a sacrifice, right. So with that being said, Quill, we extend the Section 8 platform, you know, to any individuals, man, who trying to come up.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Bring it.
Section 8, look for hidden jewelry in urban areas that don't have access to, you know, platforms or resources, you know, to, you know, get their talents, you know, promoted.
Absolutely.
Section 8.
Self-destruction hit it for. Shit ain't getting better for us. Building new jails, man, them cops getting ready for. Kids getting life, so then the parents really stressing for. Where I'm from, niggas, they don't fight, they pull a weapon on you. Everything I talk is all facts, this reality. Bullets flying, bodies dropping in police brutality. But the 16-year-old girl, fuck the Commonwealth. How the fuck you give her all that time for trying to defend herself? Youngins keep on fucking up their life, I'm getting tired of it. Wanna know the reason, cause they never had a father figure. I was dead broke, man, I never had a pot to piss in. All I ever had was my mom, she always rocked with me. Voice of the youth, so I'ma speak for my community. Everybody hating, why you think it ain't no unity? Old niggas always acting petty, nothing new to me. I was just what you high, end up at your eulogy. The revolution shall be televised, I hope you listening. Bringing back slavery, look at the shit in Libya. Shackles on their feet and their hands, shit ridiculous. Trying to put us back in the field, cotton, we picking it. R.I.P. to all of my niggas, moment of silence. Now bring the beat back, cause I just bodied it.
Don't self-destruct. Don't self-destruct.